This is Dr. Dre. Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
Ding, ding, dong.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack!
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. It's like we're almost out of beer.
What's going on, watchers? What is up? This is Lucky the Dork Dad, and with me, as always, is Little Joe.
What is up? What's up, watchers? What's up, Lucky?
What's up? This is Now Watch This, where we watch stuff and talk about it. But we got something special today. We are gonna do a bracket. Haven't done one in a while. We're gonna do the top.
No, it's been a little bit.
Top 90s sitcoms. What do you think about that?
Well. Let's keep in mind that we're doing our top 90s sitcoms, because what's our top 90s might not be somebody else's, and there's going to be a lot of people out there. I mean, there's a lot of different lists out there, like, that are going to have shows that you and I have never watched. So these are our top 90s. This is the Now Watch This top 90s.
Yeah, and it was, well, when we were thinking about it, what's considered 90s, right? I would say, right? Would you say the majority of the show was 90s? Because we had some that maybe fell the 80s and 90s, 90s and 2000s, but this is generally the 90s, right?
Yes, I believe you had mentioned Roseanne, which of course would be tops for a lot of people. But Roseanne, I felt, for me, kind of started more in the 80s. I know it was kind of late 80s, maybe 87, 88 ish. But that felt more 80s to me. Now, The Simpsons started in 89, but I mean, it's still running today. So, like, I
Yeah.
really did count the 90s portion of The Simpsons there, which,
Yeah.
I mean, how great was that back in the day?
Yeah, and that's when the major run, I think, 90s.
And I think you had a favorite one. What was it? Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
That we found that was in the 2000s.
Okay. Be honest, I never even watched that show, but whatever. I know a lot of people did. Yeah, that probably because it was 2000s. I was kind of like out of my TV range. Not out of my TV range, but for us Gen Xers, right?
Yes, please.
90s was kind of like the pinnacle of our TV watching, I think.
Yeah, it's I mean, I went my 90 through 99 is 10 through 19 for me. And so I remember, like, 93, 94 in middle school. Honestly, if you were kind of a little nerd like I was for a little bit of the time, you're just going home and watching TV. Like, you have a schedule. I'd get that TV guide on Sunday, bro, and I had a schedule. Anytime I was I could pick out a show that I had wanted to watch or something like that. And for the majority of the time, if you only had basic TV, like, that's all you're watching. You had like 7 or 8 channels to pick from, and this is with a good fucking antenna or something. You had a good 7 or 8. Like, 2 of them were Spanish channels too. So you had to keep that in mind.
Yeah, we're talking network TV. We're talking NBC, CBS, ABC, maybe Fox, right?
Yes, and back in the day, like,
there's
CBS
no
wasn't carrying the sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no HBO shows. There's none of that stuff. There's
Yeah,
no TLC. Well, I don't know. Whatever other channels. We are talking network TV, and that's
that's
what we
all you
had.
had, dude.
That's
Yeah.
what we had.
It,
Yeah.
because even Fox would run the reruns, right?
Yeah.
You'd see the reruns but when did they come on? They came on like right after cartoons. So when you're a kid, you'd watch right up to the cartoons and then you'd probably flip off of the reruns and shit like that. But in the 90's, man, that was rerun TV was where it's at.
Yeah.
You'd get those blocks of shows and they'd show shows that you never watched in their original run.
Yeah.
You probably watched in rerun, right?
Yeah. And we're talking like, but right before prime time. We're talking about you get home from school and like what's on TV right now. Those are reruns, right? Not
You
until
weren't
you
gonna
get to the
put it that's all that's on the other channel was the news. You ain't gonna watch that shit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you get put the reruns on.
yeah. Facts, facts. Um. So yeah, good times, good memories. 90s. I don't know
Yeah,
what to
I
think
think
about.
it.
I hate to think about it because they say us Gen Xers we still think of the 90s as like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
When
the
yeah,
bad thing is we think of it like 20 years ago, and it's not even that. So like it's bad,
yeah,
dude. Like that's the thing. Like you say 10 years, it's more 20 years, and then it's more than that. So um,
yeah,
it resonates to the music we listen to. We listen. I'm stuck in the damn 90's. Like I'm stuck in the 90's. Movies we watch 93, 94 is a great year for us. Like we watch,
yeah,
so it goes to show like the shows that we watched during that time, those are the shows that we fall asleep to now. I guarantee it. A lot of these shows are comfort shows for people.
yeah. I think we've talked about it when it comes to movies. 93, 94, and maybe 93 to 96. Those are like man prime
Yeah.
time movies, man. Prime
That's
time.
why again I love the 80's, right? We're always going to go back to the 80's, but the 90's for us was the time. Like I love the 80's. Don't get me wrong. The 80's were great. The 80's were the best, but the 90's were great too. Like the 90's, kind of, tailed off towards the end, but the 90's were great too.
Could they do a short movie where they? Oh, they tried it though, right? Didn't they do like that 90s show?
Yeah, they tried that 90's show. You know what I used
Didn't
to
work.
like though?
Didn't work.
Do you remember VH1 would run those shows like I love the 80's and I love the 90's? I
Yeah,
love stuff like that. Like those shows were great. To highlight a time and place in that time. Those things were good.
yeah.
Ooh, there's there's a channel I follow, I think on Facebook, where this guy comes on and he's like, "Were you watching TV on in February? Wait. Were you watching primetime TV in February of 1984? Here's what you might have saw." And then he goes through the shows, right? Like MASH was on and running its third season. I fucking love that. Like again, half those shows I never watched or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But I love that dude fucking takes you back. It's a pretty good follow.
You know what MASH reminds me of? You know the song.
What the,
"Da, na, na, na,
yeah.
na, na." That meant
Kusu. Have
that
you heard
meant
it?
that meant it's time to go to bed. You know that?
Oh yeah.
When MASH
That's
came on?
but dude, have you watched MASH? Have you watched MASH? Like,
No.
it's a good show.
No.
I shit you not. It's a good show. Like for a poor kid in the 80's and the 90's, like when you didn't have like shit to watch, like sometimes that was the only show that was watchable. I kind of started to like MASH. Like it's stupid, but
Yeah.
I watched their they have Halloween episodes and they have Christmas episodes. I mean, they're not great. The Christmas episode's actually pretty good, but Mash should make you cry sometimes. But yeah, when I was a kid, that was like it's grown up time and that show's coming on.
Yeah, you're like shit. It's time to go to bed. Um, you know, you know what else? I don't. Maybe I had cable in the 90s.
I did too. I did too. I did too.
Okay,
Don't get me wrong.
you
When I
know what,
had cable.
you know what I used to get into. I don't know why. When like when Nickelodeon first started doing Nick at Night,
Yes.
I think it was the 90s, right? When they first started doing Nick at Night, that's when they
Yeah.
really played the old shows, like the old black and white, Mr. Ed.
Oh, dude,
Um,
fucking My Three
uh,
Dads, shit like
uh,
that, or something like that, right?
it's like all them old black and white shows, and I was like, and I used to get into those, but that was like the beginning of Nick at Night. Now it seems funny now because now they show like Friends.
The shows that we're gonna talk about
The
today.
shows we're gonna talk about. And like, damn, how is that Nick at Night? I was like, Nick at Night shows the old shows. Like, oh shit, those shows are old.
It's like I saw a meme where a guy's looking at something and he's like holding his chest, right? He's like, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I like that music. And then you see at the top corner it says oldies, and I was like, oh shit. It was
Uh,
like Blink 182 or
uh,
something like that. I was like, oh man.
I think it's in Back to the Future, and it seems funny now, but I think there's a clip in Back to the Future where like either the radio's on or something. And he's like, "Oh, the golden oldies," and it's like a heavy metal song. Like shit,
Oh,
that's
but
the way I feel now.
I like this one. It's a rerun. Say what? It's the first time talking about.
Oh shit.
Um, do you know that dude? Zemeckis. I think I sent it to you today. Like he did a movie before that one that they just thought was gonna flop. Romancing the Stone, and
That's a good
romancing the
movie.
S- yeah, Romancing the Stone. They thought was gonna flop, so they fired him and they freed him up to go do. And then Romancing the Stone became a big movie, and it gave him the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted. So he ended up going and doing Back to the Future. Man, that might have never happened had he not gotten fired.
Romancing the Stone. That was Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. I
bro.
like and Danny DeVito. Come on,
But
bro.
back in the day
Michael
though,
Douglas and Danny DeVito. You put them two in a movie, fucking great.
I used to have a thing for Kathleen Turner, man.
Oh, dude, her the voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not so much now. If you see her now, she's rough
No,
looking.
sounded like she smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes. Like, ah.
Back in the day though, Kathleen Turner was hot. But
You ever see that movie, fucking High Fidelity, where that guy's
yes.
band name is called Kathleen Turner Overdrive?
Dude, I kind of want to do that movie.
I fucking love that movie, man. I fucking love that movie.
That's classic Jack Black.
Yeah,
Before
and that's
everybody knew who Jack Black
that's
was.
that's Jack Black before Jack Black. Yeah,
Yes,
because
man.
then he sings at the end, but
Yes.
fucking the whole top five for everything. Top five. Okay. Top five, top five girlfriends. Top five
Yes.
songs to hear after a breakup. Yeah. I fucking love that movie.
That movie's awesome.
Next movie. Next movie. High Fidelity.
High Fidelity?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Again, it's fucking perfect because we're the only two stupid motherfuckers that like that movie.
It's funny.
Nobody does. Dude, nobody does.
I saw this thing. Well, I've been seeing videos because they had like the Kids Choice Awards, and
Yeah.
Jack Black got some kind of award. I didn't see the show, but I saw he got some kind of award.
Yeah.
And they were interviewing people, and they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite Jack Black movie or whatever thing he does?" And they're like, "Oh, School of Rock, everybody's School of Rock, School of
Yeah.
Rock, and Nacho Libre." And I'm like, man, they need to go back. Like High Fidelity, like I said, that's classic Jack Black for me. The
Orange
Cable
County.
Guy.
Do you remember?
Who's in the Cable Guy?
Do you remember Orange County?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember where he's talking to the fucking fireman and he's like, I saw him doing it, and I was like, you better not. You better not. And I don't know why, dude. That made me laugh so much. But then another one we need to do is fucking Saving Silverman, dude.
Oh, yes, that's another
Fucking-
classic Jack Black.
right? Like
Mo-
people don't mention that one. Like,
Like he's so funny with that whole
yeah,
over.
yeah. So, I thought you were doing Air Force signals. I only know Navy SEAL signals.
Or one of my favorite lines in that movie is he's like, "What?" He's like, "If the nachos are stuck together, that's one nacho."
That's when it's a fucking. He's like, forget you, new friend. And then he's like, coming back at you. It's fucking funny, dude. And then when they're fucking singing, and they replace him with the fucking Indian guy. He's like, oh shitty. Okay, Saving
Okay,
Silverman next. Saving Silverman next.
Saving Silverman and
Yeah,
High Fidelity. You going a Jack Black run or what?
yeah. I think I can get a guess for Saving Silverman if we want.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, my brother-in-law would be down for that one.
CJ,
Yeah.
let's go. That's a great movie.
Hey, yeah, he's been posting a lot on TikTok and he's getting a little bit of a following there. So
I've been
I gotta
seeing it,
see if we can
man.
get him
I've
in.
been
I
seeing it,
gotta
man.
see if we can get him.
There's like a lot of family stuff and
Yeah,
just like real talk stuff. It's like,
yeah, it's good. I share him as much as I can just so I can help them get followers. Because honestly, dude, like my little nephew over there, he's the most awesome fucking dude ever. Like I fucking love him.
what's his at? Oh, let me see. What's his at? We'll shout him out right now.
I gotta let me see. Um um let me get
I
his
got him.
TikTok.
I
You
got
got
him
it?
too. No, I have him. I got to find.
Um it's at Curtis underscore autism dad.
Yeah, yeah. So go follow him on TikTok.
Yeah, dude.
It's good
Again,
stuff.
awesome dude. I mean, again, my brother-in-law withstanding, I fucking love the dude. My little nephew, he's a cool dude. Uh, and then like I go over there and he reacts to me, so I feel fucking great about it. Like, cause again, he doesn't react to a lot, so then he reacts to me, and it's just awesome. He's an awesome dude. So, yeah, hopefully we get Curtis on. He's a busy man, fucking doing real estate, doing being TikTok famous and being a softball dad as well. So dude's cooking, but he has some stories to tell. And it's his birthday this weekend, so hopefully I'll see him and I'll book him.
All right. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
All
Let's
right.
let's get
So
we can get into our stuff.
yeah.
Wait. Do we have to talk about anything?
What do we have to
Um,
talk about?
I don't know.
Um.
Fucking
Well,
NBA finals just ended, and I mean, I could give a
it's
shit.
kind of sorry. It's kind of sorry.
Yeah.
They lost because homeboy. Well, I'm not saying they lost because
Um.
homeboy tore his Achilles, but whatever. Had a
Yeah.
lot to do with it. What
Yeah.
is
I again, go
oh
Spurs, go. Hopefully next year is a good year.
no 90s sitcoms. There it is. Um. Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They got the number 2 pick, and I don't know. People wanted them to get KD, Kevin Durant, Giannis, but man, they were wanting too much for them.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, they want like the
Yeah.
world. They want like the world from. They want us to give everybody Stephen Castle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no,
Dude just run rookie of the year, and they want us to trade him over there. And then like
they
fucking
wanted him.
fuck like
They wanted
KD
him for KD
overrated, bro.
too, and he's already on his way out.
Yeah.
I never really
Fuck
liked
that.
KD. I know he went to Texas, but I never really liked KD. Whatever. Um. Yeah. Okay. Enough about that.
Yeah, never. Yeah, it's
So
it's actually what I mean.
90 sitcoms. We're doing a bracket. have a bracket. I didn't make a visual for the bracket itself, but where's our picture? Okay. So we got our top 16. We're gonna talk about for top 90s sitcoms, and then when we're done, I thought I'd do something fun. I'm gonna ask, um, I don't know, maybe Chat GPT what AI says are the top um 90s sitcoms. We'll see what they tell us compared to what we come up
Okay,
with.
okay, yeah.
We're just
I
gonna
got that.
start.
Let's go.
We're gonna start. We didn't really rank these like we usually do. I think we just kind of threw them together. 16 sitcoms. Um, we'll just start on the left, and we'll go down or go across. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's do that. I think let's start on the left, and go down. Um, what do we got there in the first bracket? Fresh Prince versus Blossom. You got that on there?
Fresh Prince. Dun, dun, dun. All about. Fresh Prince versus Blossom. Start with Fresh
So
Prince.
Fresh
Fresh
Prince
Prince.
ran from
Wait, it
90 to 96.
okay. You
It's
got
only
all that
6
info.
years. It seems
I meant
longer though,
I
right?
meant to put those notes for all these shows, but I didn't. The run years.
No, yeah. Yeah, Fresh Prince. Again, the great show. It only ran 6 seasons. It feels like it was longer, but I mean, Will Smith blew up in that years. But again, all those years for us. I mean, those are prime years for us. Again, like we talked about. It ran from 90 to 96. It had the one change with Aunt Vivian, but for the most part, it kept its same cast. Will Smith in the lead, Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton, the great James Avery as Philip Banks, who I got to remind you, look, he won our dad off a couple of years ago. You had Hillary, Jeffrey, and of course Aunt Viv. Um, it was a great show. Like I can't say enough about the show. It was it ranks up there for me. I can rewatch it today. I rewatched a lot of the Halloween and Christmas episodes nowadays. So it's a good show, man. I can't say enough about it. It launched Will
Yeah,
Smith to be a freaking superstar.
yeah. Because before this, who was Will Smith? Just or the Fresh Prince, right? He had that song
Yeah,
come
I
out.
liked his music,
Parents
man.
just don't understand. And that's pretty much all I knew about him before this. Um,
He had summertime too, man. Summertime.
that to me that's probably his best song. But um, and the show is no stranger to and now watch this. But have you seen this thing going around with Will Smith about this new song that he's coming out with? And they're like, no, don't, no. What are you doing, bro?
No,
You
no.
haven't
What
seen this
happened? What's
clip?
what's what's up with the new song?
You get
No,
look
no,
up
no,
Will
no.
Smith. Not right now, but just look it up after this.
Okay.
And it's
God damn
terrible.
it.
It's terrible. I mean, Will Smith had I mean, I wouldn't say they were bangers, but like kind of like feel good poppy music, like getting jiggy with it, dun, 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 and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
welcome
yeah.
welcome
The
to
Men in
Miami.
Black.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one
fucking look.
this
Look at the
one
Will
no.
Smith fan, guys.
No. It's just it was like I say pop music because it was kind of like that. I don't know. To me it's not real hip hop.
But it seemed like every song that every movie that he had a song to it, right?
Yeah. Mm,
Like
mm.
the Wild Wild West came on. Uh,
Wild
Men in
Wild
Black I
Wild West.
mentioned. What else? I remember. I again. I I he went crazy, but I did love Will Smith back in the day, man. Like
Yeah.
especially in Fresh Prince, he was fucking funny as hell, man.
Oh yeah, 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 for shows. Um, yeah, Fresh Prince is a great show. Uh, it wasn't just a funny sitcom; it got serious. You know, we talk about the whole Will's dad episode, and it's like, man, it's
Yes,
ooh, that one's rough.
yes, yes.
Um, it,
Um, they have that one. They did the episode where he did drugs. Do you remember? I mean, every show seemed to have that, right? Like from NBC, they did that episode where he got shot. Do you remember that one? And that one was pretty bad too. Like it was pretty touching.
yeah, they go to jail. It's like I don't know. I think a good
Oh
show is
yeah,
when I think a good show is when it comes out starts as a comedy, but then you get to know these characters and you start feeling more, and then they have some dramatic episodes. It's like to me that's a good show where you see the full spectrum
yeah,
of
yeah.
genres, right?
Yes, yeah. I love that show, man. Like it ran short, but I'm trying to think. I don't know if there was like a lot of these shows that we're going to talk about. They have a season or two that aren't great. Like they aren't. They have a season or two, or like oh that show's good, but the last seasons they fell off. Fresh
Yeah,
Prince, it ran only 6 seasons. They were all great, man. Like I can't think of a bad one.
yeah, and I think it just ended because they have to end because people get older. The Aunt Viv had a baby, and then like the baby started growing up, and it's like, okay, this is we're
Yeah,
losing what the show is, right? You have to
yeah,
move on.
and again, Will had became a big freaking star by then. Um, this is he's just becoming Man in Black, becoming Independence Day Will, and stuff like that. So I mean, of course, he's not gonna stay on TV and shit like that. He's getting paid 20 million a movie, you know.
Yeah, oh show, good show, good show. So we got Fresh Prince going up against Blossom, which was
Again,
what is her name? Mayim Bialik.
Mayim Bialik, who
Um,
she was in sitcoms later. She became a regular on Big
Big
Bang
Bang
Theory.
Theory, Big Bang.
I
Amy Farrah Fowler.
yeah, yeah, Big Bang.
I think that's a probably
Yeah, yeah,
most people nowadays know her as. But she was Blossom. You
yes.
know what really broke her out? How probably which probably gave her the show. What role
I
she
don't
had?
know. The hat
No,
with
no, no.
the
She
sunflower
came
on it.
out. She came out in a movie called Beaches. You ever see Beaches?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
she was the
Talk about
young
crying.
Ben. She was the young Bette Midler.
I okay. I remember that. I've seen that, and I didn't know that was what broke her out. But yeah, after that, she kind of could do what she wanted, or I think that show was waiting for her. They kind of built that show around her.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this is like a quote unquote white people show, um, but
Don't
this
know
this
about the
to me
future. That's
this was
anybody.
a great show because again, this growing up, and I had a thing for her friend. I don't know if you remember her friend in the show.
Uh,
Her
I
her
remember
friend was named
the little short
Six.
one with yeah with the dark hair. Six.
Yeah,
She had the brother played by Joey Lawrence Adams. Joey Lawrence Adams. Or is
Joe
that no? It's Joey Lawrence.
Adams.
Joey
You're
Lawrence.
still thinking of Dazed and Confused.
They get confused. Joey Lawrence, and
Joey
he
Lawrence, where
used
we
to
go,
go,
whoa,
"Whoa!" Right?
whoa. Yeah,
Whoa, whoa. That was the
that's kind of
catchphrase.
where he
It
blew
was a
up.
good show, man. Yeah, and these shows ran back to back. it would be like Fresh Prince, and then Blossom would be right behind it. So I mean, Blossom's already getting a good run in from Fresh Prince, and it had a good following. Blossom only lasted 4 seasons though. It ran from 91 to 95.
Yeah. Um. Again, good show. I don't remember a whole lot of like no. There's no episodes that like stand out or to me, but I remember watching it. But yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah,
So
it was just.
Fresh
I
Prince.
mean, for me, Fresh Prince takes that one.
Yeah, for sure. For
But
sure.
Blossom's a good also ran. Yeah, I'm sure there's people
For
are gonna be
sure.
like, "Why'd you have fucking Blossom up there?" Hey, fuck y'all. If I can sing the theme song, I'm gonna put it up there.
But like again, like we're this is 90s. We had a lot to look at. Um but some just fell maybe
Hmm.
towards the 80s or 2000s. So um Blossom was up
Yeah,
there as a top show.
don't lose hope. Yeah, don't lose
Are you
hope.
writing
We
down
don't
you
have
writing
King
down
of the
these
Hill in
winners?
here because King of the Hill is more 2000s. Yeah, I got the winners here. Look, I'm writing them down.
I didn't grab a pen or anything. Um okay, moving down the list. Moving down the list. We have
Ooh.
let's see. All right. We
It's
have
kind of a tough one here.
Frasier, right? Versus
Frasier. Yeah.
what were we doing? Versus well, we changed this one out, right?
Drew Carey.
Drew
You have it
Carey.
versus Drew Carey.
Drew Carey versus Frasier. Frasier now. Frasier a spinoff. Is this the first spinoff we're talking about? I think so.
This is the first spinoff we're covering. Frasier was a spinoff of Cheers. Cheers ran from the late '80s to, I mean, from the mid to early '80s to the '90s, and was a great sitcom itself. Frasier started off in there with Kelsey Grammer, and just became moved away and became a totally different show. Usually the spinoffs are kind of similar to the show. Frasier's a totally different show. It goes and becomes kind of a family show or a family sitcom. He's a radio psychiatrist. Made me want to become a radio fucking psychiatrist. I so much that I took psychology and broadcasting in college. But yeah, Frazier ran from 93 to '04, and then it came back, I think. I never saw the comeback, but it ran from 93 to '04. I loved it. There was a lot of episodes that I still rewatch. Of course, the Christmas episodes, and it has like one Halloween episode that I still rewatch to this day. It was a fall
Mm.
asleep show for me for a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a big fan of Frasier. It was more again a background show. Like I don't even know if I like watched it, but if it was on, it was on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and
was
the weird thing
depressing.
about it is.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, oh, okay. The weird thing about it is, I don't remember watching Frasier in its original run. Like, I think I've seen it all in reruns.
Yeah, of course. Because well, we talked about that, but we talked about it before the show, right? So this was we didn't have DVRs in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted you appointment TV, right? You had to be there at when the show started to watch this show. If not, you had to record it on a VHS tape. And I wasn't about to do all that, not for Frasier. um, but yeah, but
I did. Well,
with for
I
Frasier,
did for a lot of
um,
shows, man.
um,
I
that
don't, not for Frasier, not for Frasier. But yeah, for a lot of
I
shows
was
I
gonna say,
did.
um, what what's really depressing is depressing now that I look back on Frasier because, or maybe because it's a spinoff of Cheers, right? I saw this thing recently about
Mhm.
Cheers, about the age of the people in Cheers, right? They're like Cliff the mailman
Oh,
was supposedly in like his
fuck
30s.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think Frasier was supposed to be in like his 20s in that show, and I'm like, dude, they looked old.
Oh my god.
Uh, back in the day, you're
Yes,
like,
yes.
man,
But
they
that
are
was the thing that
old.
we always talk about the '80s, right? Like yeah. Like, I remember they showed a picture of this guy who his hair is like missing all this hair. He's got like basically the horseshoe up there, and he's got it in like a little afro, and he's like, this guy's 31. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the hell's going on? But that was the '80s, right? Like everyone
Uh,
looked older. Like people were just old. Like you didn't look young and then get younger and then old and then like you just looked young and then became old. Like you automatically became 50 or something.
is it just like the style? Because I feel like, we're older than they were back then, but I don't feel or look as old. I don't
Yeah.
think they looked really old.
No. No, I know. And
Uh,
we say that now and someone's probably gonna be watching this video
They're gonna
one
say you
day
guys are old.
like these motherfuckers are old. But I don't feel it or look it but yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, Fraser always looked like he looked fucking 60 since like the first day. Like he's doing Marvel movies now, and I'm like, dude, how old is this fucking guy, man? Like, what the
I
fuck?
think it's just because like going bald in his 20s. I guess it's like it just ages you. Where people
Oh,
nowadays they just shave their head and they rock it, right? It's like I don't know. I
dude,
I
I don't know.
couldn't do it.
I'm right there. I need to because, bro, did you see our show last week? Like, of course you saw it because you fucking edited it. Like I'm looking down. Every time I'm looking down, you just see like all the hair I'm missing
Uh,
right here, and I'm like, oh my god, stop looking down, motherfucker. And every time like I look at the thing, I'm looking down because I'm reading my notes. I'm like, son of a bitch, I gotta wear a cap next show.
that's why I wear a hat. Because I don't want to look old. I told my wife
Dude.
I'm gonna grow a skullet. You know what a skullet is?
No, no, no. What is that? What is that?
It's basically, you're bald, you have the horseshoe, but you grow it long. So when you have a hat on, you have like the hair. When you take your hat off, it's just skullet. Not a mullet,
It,
it's a
it,
skullet.
rem- it reminds me of this video. Have you seen this video where there's a guy that has dreadlocks and he has a cap on and his friends fucking have an intervention with him, right? And they're like, "Hey man, take your hat off, man." And he takes his hat off, but he just fucking bald and just has his dreadlocks down here, but he's fucking bald up here. And his
That's
friends are
badass.
like, "Oh man," like, "Oh," and they're like, he's like, "What?" He goes, "Everyone likes my dress, man." Everyone's like, "Shake him, shake." He's
All
like,
right.
"No, man, shake. Like, you got to. We're having an intervention, man. You got to cut him off." It's fucking funny. I
Uh,
killed it, but
so we got
um,
Frasier
okay, okay.
versus
Frasier was great.
Drew Carey.
I,
Uh,
I gotta tell you though, man, this show against it, Drew Carey, I watched Appointment Watch, like,
um,
It was appointment watching for me. I made sure to be home at 7 o'clock when it fucking ran. It ran on 8 for me.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't that into Drew Carey. Um, although although I prefer this Drew Carey compared to now. I like the pudgy Drew Carey.
Oh yeah, 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 definitely, definitely.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yes,
I
definitely.
I'm happy for
Yes,
him.
of
He's
course.
he's real skinny now and he's healthier. But I like the chubby Drew Carey. Um,
Did you like he did that show also, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Did you like that show?
yes. So I was big on that show. I used to watch that show before he hosted, because he hosted the American version, right? There was
Okay.
like an English
Yes,
version.
yes. Originally, I think it's
I
like
used to
yeah, 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 like
I used to watch that show,
a different
and
version.
because it used to come on Comedy Central. Uh, that's when Comedy Central
Yes.
like hardly had anything on there. Like Comedy Central would show like stand up and just like weird shows like that. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, Brian Stiles came off that show. A lot of different people, but I what was it? Wayne Brady came from that show as well, and then he blew up as well.
you know the oh yeah, for sure. Um, the main thing I like about the Drew Carey show is because of the theme song, the Cleveland Rocks.
Oh. Ah, ah. Yes, yes. All
Only
this energy
because
calling me.
this is one of my favorite '90s bands. You know who sang the theme song?
Oh. No, 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 I
The
don't. Which one, which band is that?
the President's United States of America.
Oh, no shit. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
the band that
She's
gave us
gone. She's
Peaches.
gone. She's gone.
Yeah, millions of peaches, peaches for me. Yeah, man, that was
I
the main reason
don't
I
yeah.
like the Drew Carey show. Um, yeah. So Drew Carey versus um, what was it? Frazier. Who you got?
I I really like uh, again, I like them both. I can watch them both. Drew Carey just recently started streaming again, so I've been rewatching that. Drew Carey was the one show that I watched like when it was live. Like I watched when it came on. It used to have special episodes. Like they would have special episodes that they recorded live, which I thought was pretty cool and pretty awesome. Um, I think it did different episodes. Frasier was the same basic episode like all the time.
I
I love
feel
Frasier, but I got to go with Drew Carey on here.
I feel
Let's
so.
go.
I feel Frasier is more of an older show, if that makes sense. Um,
Oh, definitely, definitely.
you know what I mean? It's more. I want to say older. It's more of an adult show. Um, there's really no kids in that show. You know what I mean? Yes, they're a
Yes.
family, but yeah, that's all.
No, it does
I'm
have
not saying
a more.
I'm not saying Drew Carey has kids, but I mean, um, it feels like a younger show, if that makes sense.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't know.
everything down to. I mean, from where it came from, you think about like it stemming from Cheers, which was an older show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
And then going into that. So yeah, it definitely feels that way for me. The reason, I mean, I don't. Maybe the more juvenile me would pick Drew Carey, and that's probably true. But like I said, at the time, for me, I was recording Drew Carey on VHS. I still have VHSs with a lot of Drew Carey shows just recorded on them. So
VHSs.
yeah, I would have to go with Drew Carey.
All right, I agree.
VHSs,
I
yes.
agree. Drew Carey. Moving on. Um,
Shit.
this next matchup. Um, this next matchup is big. Well, for me, this show here was this a TGIF show? Maybe. TGIF.
Yes, it was one of the original TGIFs, I believe.
Was it TGIF though? I don't remember. But this was definitely appointment TV for me, which is Tim the Toolman Taylor, Home Improvement.
What? What?
Yeah, this was a great show, man. Because he was, he played
The
the
best.
idiot. Even though he played an idiot, like he's smart in this show, but he always played the idiot. Uh,
Oh, dude.
he's supposed to be a home improvement guy, but yes, he really couldn't fix anything.
Yeah, I think um again, I just speak for myself, but he was one of those dads that I gotta say I looked up to or I learned from. One of those sitcom dads that were great, man, that set a great example for his kids, always wanted what was best. Their I
Was
harp on this with every sitcom, but their Halloween shows and Christmas shows are excellent.
was he in our TV dad? I think so, wasn't he?
He had to have been. There's no way we would have left him out. He didn't win, but I mean, again, you're going against greats like Dan Connor, you know. But I think he had to have been top four. I'll go back and see if I can find my notes for that one, or I gotta re-listen to that episode.
But this was a great show, right? A show about a show. He had his show Tool Time. He
Yes,
had the family stuff with the three boys. He had Wilson, the neighbor. I love the gimmick where you never saw his face, and like where he had these
yes,
heart to heart talks every episode with his neighbor, and neighbor's always outside.
yes. That lesson. Yeah, you got a lesson with every episode. It reminded you of like GI Joe.
Yeah, back in the
You'd get
day.
a lesson with every episode. It was great, man. Home Improvement ran 91 to 99, and then Tim went on to become a even bigger star with stuff like Toy Story, of course. But
Yep.
not only that, the Santa Claus movies that we love or that I love.
Yes, this really launched him into the stratosphere, I guess, to put it with Buzz Lightyear. He launched him to infinity and beyond, right?
Yeah, and he was just another stand-up comedian. I think we failed to mention it with the episodes before, but Drew Carey was a stand-up comedian that got a show. Frasier wasn't a stand-up, of course. But yeah, Home Improvement at the time, stand-up comedians were getting sitcoms like crazy. They were starting to hit, and so Tim Allen was one of these that came along the hills of someone like a Roseanne for ABC that started giving sitcoms to uh, comedians.
And like you mentioned, right? Like that was the thing back then. I think that was the dream for comedians, right? You make it big enough to where
Yeah,
you can get your own
uh,
sitcom.
yeah, and Tim. I mean, we keep saying Tim. Uh, um, uh, Tim Allen, like to his credit, like he was fucking he brought like comedians on. If you see a lot of the other people in the like the shop, those are other comedians that he gave jobs to or put on beyond the other stars. But like you think about like Blake Clark is on there. Young Pamela Anderson was a tool
Yeah.
girl.
Oh yeah, she
I
was.
I don't know, you might know her from other stuff, like, you might know her from other things, but I knew her from Home Improvement.
Okay.
That's the
Um.
only thing I saw her in the 90's.
And maybe maybe what I'm thinking of is his buddy from Tool Time, Al Borland, right? The character Al Borland. I don't know the actor's name. Um, did he
Richard Karn, I think his name is.
did he make like beards cool? I think again, beard back then, beards were still associated with an old guy or old burly dude. But
Yeah.
to me, I think he made beards cool again. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It might. You're the first person I've seen to say that, but I mean, did he do for beards what Selleck did for mustaches? Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, maybe. I can't rock a mustache though. Have you ever tried to
Yeah,
rock a
I
mustache?
yeah. Um.
I can't do it.
Well, it's not that, but like my wife will divorce me if I shave my beard. Like she don't like to see.
You got a baby face? You got a
I
baby
got a
face
butt
when you
face probably. That's probably the problem.
uh
A butt face. A
so
butterface, definitely.
Tool Time, great show going up against what did I um uh another great show. Um
Go in a 90's type of world. I'm
Living
glad I
Single.
got my girls.
Living Single, Queen Latifah, right?
The queen.
Um and Tootie.
Oh,
Did you
that's right.
is
Tootie
that her name?
from
Tootie? Was it Tootie? Is that her name?
originally on the Facts of Life. It's Kim Fields. I think it's well, not Kim Fields. I might be wrong. Yeah, Kim Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Queen Latifah, Kim Fields. Um yeah,
dude.
to me,
The For me, Overton was the man. Like, that was my guy. I was always rooting for Overton. Whenever
yeah,
he
man,
got over
you
on everyone, I was like, yeah, Overton's the man. Like, that was the guy for me.
yes, the comic relief. Him and Kim Coles. Kim Coles is funny. Well, the whole show was funny.
That Yeah, her too, especially her. Yeah. The whole show was great. Like, it didn't. I think it only ran about 5 seasons, but like you said before, it was great. Like it did its thing. It got in and got out. It didn't need to overwork. Even though it ran from 90 through 98, but it was one of those early Fox shows that really carried the company.
For sure. I don't know. Was this out before or after Martin? Because I feel like this came out like to compete with Martin almost.
Well, no, I mean they were both on Fox. This came after Martin. Martin started in 92. This one came out in 93.
Hmm. It gave me the same vibes, but I don't know. Still, there's some things I like this show more than Martin, and then vice versa. But um, maybe because it was
Yeah.
more focused around the women, maybe, which made it different at the time.
Yeah.
Because how many
Yeah,
shows out
yeah.
there
Oh, it
were
was
focused
definitely
around
different.
women, right?
Um yeah, I mean it was like more modern Golden Girls, I guess you would say. Like there's a lot of things about it living single. I believe they had like special kind of episodes too that got a little bit emotional. But there was a lot of good things about it. But yeah, like having female leads was the first time you saw it since a show like the Golden Girls or even Facts of Life earlier in the 80s.
And this was we talked about Fresh Prince, but this was another one where we started seeing musicians uh coming into the spotlight in acting roles,
Ah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Queen
yeah,
Latifah, right? Of course,
yeah. And
Kim Fields is from
they were
Facts
they
of
were
Life.
all like
She came
yeah,
from
yeah.
TV, and
Um,
um, the other girl,
Erica
Erica,
Alexander,
yeah,
Maxine.
she came from the Cosby Show. or she was on the Cosby Show in the
Yeah.
later years. In the
Um,
later years,
and a lot of these people you'll see like in Fresh Prince. Queen Latifah came out in early episodes of Fresh Prince. Kim Coles is in Fresh Prince. I think Kim Fields was a love interest as well at one time in Fresh Prince.
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
So
but
where would you
yeah,
rank Living Single versus Home Improvement, though? Me, I have to go Home Improvement. That's just me.
yeah. I mean, I think Living Single is top 10 for me for sure, but Home Improvement's top 5. Like I got to go with Home Improvement over
Yeah,
Living Single.
and I guess I was just a horny
I
little
love my
kid,
girl Queen Latifah. I love her.
and I guess I was just a horny little kid that maybe I had a thing for moms before that was a thing, but somehow the mom from Home Improvement did it for me.
Bro, Joe Taylor, bro, we're learning some things about you today. Oh, hey, you know what? You know what? There was some times when Jill had her moments. I mean, there's a lot of times when she's like just like fucking. She's the wet blanket of the show, right? Like she has to be the
Yeah,
party pooper, but she gets over on Tim just as much too. Like she's good, man. I again, that was one of the good things about Home Improvement because it as a husband, it teaches you like again, it shouldn't have to, but there was a lot of times that women didn't have a voice, and it's like uh it showed you how to kind of be a husband and be a good husband, as
yeah,
far as listening to your wife and stuff like that,
yeah. Because
or
he
just
treated her.
how
He
peaceful
treated
things can be when you do.
some. Sometimes it felt like he treated her like garbage, but
Yeah,
okay, Home Improvement
yeah,
moving on.
unintentionally, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. What?
Um this next one's gonna be kind of tough for me, I think.
Wait, I gotta
Mm,
tell you, first three picks, great theme songs. Great theme songs. Fresh Prince, one of the best.
Yep.
Drew Carey, one of the best.
Yep.
Home Improvement,
Okay.
dun, dun, everyone knows it.
Yep.
Dun,
Yep.
dun,
That's
dun,
and
dun.
that's kind of what sold you back in the day, I think, right? That had a lot to do with it. The theme song.
I
Because as the show's
yes,
starting, you're
I
like,
believe so. Because even
that's a banger right there.
yeah. Oh fuck! How
um,
old are we? We're fucking like banger theme songs.
hey,
Go home, Bel Air.
I saw this thing. And that's just our generation, though. We're into theme
Yeah.
songs. We're into like commercial jingles. Oh,
Yes, and now
commercial jingles,
because
bro.
wait, you watch theme song? You watch sitcoms nowadays, and it starts with like a dun dun dun, and then the show starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I watch
like
Abbott Elementary now, and I love Abbott, but it doesn't have like a real like theme song.
Abbott's a great show. Love that show.
Fucking awesome.
Um, this next matchup is gonna be a little tough for me. These both of these are near and dear to my heart. So we got this little sitcom with Craig T. Nelson,
Little,
Coach,
it's great.
Coach, Coach. Um,
Dun-dun-dun-dun,
we got
dun-dun-dun-dun,
that's again, see the theme song. See, um, Coach was great,
dun-dun-dun-dun.
man. Growing up, he had his homeboy Patrick Starr with him.
Dauber.
Yeah,
People don't know that, man. People don't know. Like
people don't know that.
he's Patrick Star now. Yeah, yeah, he's Patrick Star now, and he's a star now. Don't get me wrong, but man, like back in the day, man, he was fucking Dauber, and he was fucking great, man. Jerry Van Dyke. I love that dude. Like he was great as
Yep,
Luther Van Dam. Um, I think he had the daughter. and then he had the son-in-law Stuart. I think the wife too, or the girlfriend that became the wife, Shelley Fabares or something like that. But her name was Christine. Again, love the show, man. Um, it gave you a little bit of a glimpse. You started having football players come on, like Troy Aikman came on an episode. Different players. Uh, you knew it was going to be over when he moved into the pros, but even that season was great, man. To me, like I love the show.
Yeah, and this was a guy's show, right? Um,
Yeah,
especially for anybody that's played sports and like you knew you understood it a little more, right? Being a coach and all the things they go through and whatever, and his shenanigans is it was a great show, man.
yeah. I loved it, dude. I used to watch it again. I thought everyone was great in it. But Craig T. Nelson, again, this it's a movie star that came into TV. I'm still doing TV to this fucking day, but what do we remember him from? Fucking Poltergeist,
Hell
and
yeah,
he comes over here and does. He was great as fucking coach, man. Like
yeah, he
he
was.
he was funny. Um, he was, again, he had good timing. I don't I don't remember it like maybe covering any kind of special issues, but I do remember it like being meaningful. Like I do remember having great episodes that it was just fuck feel good fucking show. And like you said, it's a guy's show.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. It ran longer than I thought. 89 to 97. That's a good little run.
Yeah, dude, 8 seasons, dude. Um, and again, like you said, the good fucking theme song to get you through, bro. Man, that dun dun dun.
Yeah,
Everyone, I guarantee I'm saying everyone, but I'm gonna tell
and
you, like, this isn't amongst the top vote getters on online about like 90s sitcoms. Like this isn't on everyone's list, but it's high on my list.
yeah. Again, what's different? I mean, I don't know about Dauber, but like, is this a show that didn't have any stand-up comedians? You know what I mean? Um, like you're saying,
Yeah,
he's Craig T. Nelson's a movie actor and he came down to do a TV show.
yeah, Jerry Van Dyke. He wasn't a comedian, but he had did he was in funny sitcoms before. So, but yeah, dude, this is there. It's all written. It's all written show. Um, but it was good stuff, man. Like he was kind of he was a single dad, right? Like so he's raising a daughter as a single dad. Comes up with those, that presents problems in itself. Every once in a while you'd see him with the team and he's trying to win a big game or something like that. It was good stuff, man. I liked it. It ran on ABC. Um, of course, the daughter marries like a wimp, not football type of guy, so that presents problems in itself. I just loved it, man, dude. I remember great episodes. Um, it was good. It was a good show.
Yes, sir. I want to say this came on like after Roseanne or something. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably. Like it
it
was
was a
one
good
of
show.
those. But the ABC had some good sitcoms in the 80s
Oh yeah,
and 90s.
ABC's definitely top tier for sitcoms, in my opinion. Yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
said it's going against something that's near and dear to your heart. Is it because of
uh,
Topanga?
oh my gosh, Topanga. Who who did not have a thing for Topanga? Huh?
uh, yeah, everyone. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this only. I think it took away from the show. Like the show is more known to me. The show is known more for that than it being a good show.
I can't say this. what does it say? 7 seasons. Um, it did evolve. I can say that it did evolve.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you're familiar when the show first came out. It was really about Ben Savage. Ben Savage, um, is the younger brother of Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. But it was
Yes, yes, yes. He,
really
I
about
believe he came out on a couple of different things, right?
um here and there some small stuff. But Ben Savage, it was more about him, his shenanigans being a kid and whatever. And one interesting thing, I don't know if that many people know, when the show first started, so he has him and his older brother, which when the show first started, he seemed like a really cool guy. And then in the later scenes, they made him kind of like an idiot. But they also had a sister in the early season, and then
They
then
had
she
a
just
younger sister,
disappears.
right?
Yeah, and then she just disappears,
Oh,
which is
dude,
crazy,
that's
right?
right.
She just disappears.
I remember that. And I
Um,
remember Boy Meets World tackling some issues, right? Like they had a teacher that was like hitting on Topanga in the later years, right?
hmm,
In the college years. Then they had the dad episode with what is that guy's name? Ryder or something with Sean.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that one, and then that was one of those ones that at the time too, kind of hit little home and stuff like that. So I remember that one being a not a tough episode to watch, but
and
it did
that's
have
what I
some
mean.
emo to it.
That's what I mean. One of the things about a good show, like it starts off one way, it's a little comedy, family, about kids, and then it gets all dramatic, right? This, like I said, this
Yeah,
show evolved. Um, from being to me mainly about Ben Savage, and then in the later ones, I liked his brother's character. Like I said, they made him into an idiot, but to me, he became more of the heart of the show because he was so funny. But um,
I don't. I think to me, I thought it was more Feeney though, Mister
oh,
Feeney, like
Feeney, yeah, and then
because he was yeah
you
he
got
was
the
the one that
Wilson
kind of
character.
carried like yeah yeah. There you go.
Yeah, he always had some lesson for him to learn as well. He became um his Wilson, right?
Yeah. It was another ABC show that again, another strong show. It ran from 93 to 2000. So it was prime there in the 90s, bro.
And then you had the one teacher with the mullet, remember? When they were younger, and then you don't see him anymore. Like that character's gone, just all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
the cool teacher, right? He was
Yeah,
the supposed to be the cool teacher. Yeah.
yeah,
I think Mr. Turner or something like that.
Mr. Turner. Um, and then they had that one nerdy guy, Minkus. That we used to know this guy. We used to call him Minkus because he was really nerdy and stuff. Um, yeah, and then the late,
I
like I
don't
said,
know,
it
dude.
it
It's
evolved. The college years. There's that one girl in there. I don't know her name. I forget her name. Or no, she like did porn after that.
oh, I don't even know that. But no, I thought it was good. It had Sean, like um at the time, like interracial relationships were kind of not an issue, but it wasn't the norm. And they had that episode on there too, with Sean and his girlfriend. So I could see, like, Boy Meets World did have I guess, like, it was special to some people. Definitely.
Then you had I say cameos, but you had a lot of people that came out on that show. Um,
Oh, dude, it had some
Dude
it
from
had
Ethan Suplee from Mallrats. Well, I say
yeah.
Mallrats, but
But no,
he's
it
coming
it,
in a
it
lot of
it had
stuff.
it was a what you call it? It had a wrestling episode where I think Ethan Souffle's dad was played by Big Van Vader or something. So yeah, it's kind of known amongst wrestlers, the Boy Meets World show,
I'm trying to look.
or wrestling fans.
Brittany Murphy came out on that show. And I think in the
So
later
I don't
ones,
know, bro.
the
It
later
kind of
ones,
sounds to me like you're gonna go for Boy Meets World more than Coach here. I think
I told you this is gonna
you're
be.
showing your
I told you
hand.
this is gonna be a tough one for me, man.
Yeah.
I think in the later ones too. I think what's her name came out in it. Velma. What's her name? Linda something. I think.
Mhm.
But what are your thoughts, Coach or Boy Meets World? Because I mean,
it's gonna be your
uh,
pick.
because for those who don't know, we added Boy Meets World because of a technicality with another show we felt was more 2000s. But um,
It
oh,
because I'm gonna go with Coach, and I'm just a Coach guy. But I, like I said, I thought Boy Meets World was a good show, and now that you're talking about it, you're selling me on it. But I'm not rewatching Boy Meets World. I think I can rewatch Coach.
um, so another thing about Boy Meets World, um, they even they even made Girl Meets World where they show his daughter, right?
Oh,
That
they had
ran
a
on the
spinoff. You're right.
yeah, they had a spinoff. Did Coach have a spinoff? I want to say they tried.
No,
With,
no,
no?
no way. I'll look it up right now. Jamie, can you look it up? Like we're fucking Joe Rogan. Jamie, bring that up.
uh, it's tough for me, man. I would say for okay, I will say this. I will say this. I think I caught Boy Meets World more in reruns
Bro,
than
check
than
check this out. Check this out. Jamie just brought this to me.
all
On
right.
on March 26, 2015, NBC ordered 13 episodes of a sequel series to Coach, where it was going to be his son coaching, and he was going to call in to help him coach. And it
Ah,
was going to reprise it with Hayden Fox. Um, I
daughter.
but it was ultimately canceled. Yeah, it was ultimately canceled.
Hmm. I would like to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so again, I think I was catching Boy Meets World more on reruns than the actual when it aired. So it was the opposite for Coach. So let's go with Coach. Coach was appointment TV for me
No,
back in the days.
okay, okay. Okay. I'm good with that. It's the first tough one.
Yeah, for me.
Okay, do
And
you want to
because
go to the top of our next list,
yeah,
or are we gonna go? We're just gonna scooch over. Okay,
we'll go to the top.
this this one's
This
tough, dude. This
this
one's
is
fucking tough.
this is like almost a final worthy, I think.
Well, it's there's a reason why I put them together, and you'll see it a lot of this side of the list, especially with the first four here. I think these were like kind of close together, and a lot of times kind of put against each other. And I'm not saying like they ran up against each other, but I know for these two that we're gonna do right now, you're on one side of the fence or the other. It's either
Yeah.
you're a Friends guy or you're a Seinfeld guy.
Let me go back real quick. Boy Meets World. Another thing Coach went over the top. Uh, what
Okay.
we just talked about theme song. What's the theme song to Boy Meets World? There's not.
I can't think of it. That's
Right.
another great point.
Boom. Now with these ones, the theme songs are definitely recognizable. Everybody knows them.
Yes. And
One
and
you
and
one
that's
you can
Seinfeld's
one you can
without words.
yeah, one you can sing to,
Yeah.
and one you can't. You just make noises. Dong, bong, 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 bong.
Mhm. Yes. And Friends came along at the time Seinfeld was the show. Uh, it was the best show. Um, I believe. I mean, they're both NBC shows, right? So
Yeah,
it's not like they were pitted up against each other. But Seinfeld was the show. Like when Friends came along. Seinfeld debuted in '89. Friends in '94. So Friends is coming on the heels of Seinfeld.
I know I've said it before, but I really hate I really hate to admit this. So I graduated in 96. 96. So Friends
Uh-huh.
started in 94. We're like a year and a half, 2 years into Friends. My class song, graduation song, or whatever class song, was the Friends theme song. How sad is that?
How
How
sad
sad
is
is
it that
that?
I fucking know it?
But that's a time when, like, I think I want to say the theme song was actually released as like single or something. You know what I mean? It wasn't just a theme song.
Yeah.
It was an actual song. I don't know.
Um. So again, I've done some research on this. I have my own feelings towards it, like because I was on one side and not the other. I gotta be honest with you. I've only watched a handful of Friends episodes.
Which is crazy.
And that
Which
was
is
kind of
crazy.
like, yeah. Again, it is. It is. Um. So it tells you where what side I was on. There's a ranking of this, and it's Friends versus Seinfeld. It calls Seinfeld the winner in the '90s, but calls Friends the winner overall. But it says that the Seinfeld episodes are aging better than the Friends episodes now. So again, it's kind of on both sides of it, and that's probably how most people feel.
I don't know because we're 90s. We're almost 30 years. We're almost 30 years into these shows, and they both still run on TV to this day. To this day.
To this day, and they grab ratings. Like
Yes.
Seinfeld episodes are highly rated. Fucking Friends reruns are rated. Like people watch these shows still. So there's a whole when you think about what's streaming now, there's a whole new generation that are discovering these shows for the first time and falling in love with them again. And you can see how they are. Like I doubt I'll ever watch Friends, like but I'll watch a Thanksgiving episode here or there.
My daughter loves Friends. Like since
Ooh, okay.
you mentioned streaming, right? When we first
Yeah,
uh I think she started watching Friends because it was just on, right? It was always on. It seemed like it was always on some
always.
channel.
Yes.
She got into it, and once it was like streaming, it used to be on Netflix, and she
Mhm,
watched. I think there's 10 seasons, and she watched like from beginning to end of Friends,
mhm.
right? At least
That'll do it
three
to you.
times. At least 3 times. At least three
Damn
times.
it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
she
there are
loves that
people that are
show.
fans like that. Like they travel to visit the Friends era. There are people that travel to New York to visit the Friends set or the
They're both
Seinfeld
in, but they're both
set,
in New York,
and
right?
they were both in L.A. Well, both shows were filmed in Los Angeles,
No, but
but
I mean, set in New York.
um Yes, they're both set in New York.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I know.
Like
I know you have certain
there's
feelings
a lot
about
of crossover.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. There's a lot of like Monica started on she was one of Jerry's dates early. I believe Lisa Kudrow as well. She was on Seinfeld at first. So there's some
I,
crossover there.
I was gonna say they both had multiple stars on the shows, right?
Yes, yes.
Tough one, man.
Yes.
People quote
I
both
I
shows.
I I got to go with Seinfeld, dude. Like
I
and that's
know,
just me. That's me. That's
I
me.
know,
I got to go with
but
Seinfeld.
we
But
don't.
you can make a case
I
for Friends.
the next bracket we do, we need to have someone with us for the tiebreaker.
We do.
So,
Um
so whoever wants to join us on these
I
brackets,
Now, we didn't get a lot of talk on our when we asked the question about sitcoms. But let's see. I do believe we had a mention of these shows. Um CJ, who we're gonna have on, named Seinfeld. Um we had some other shows named, but they're not. We haven't talked about them yet. We had someone call out. We had a my neighbor here call out Full House. Jessica. She also called out Saved by the Bell and Fresh Prince and Step by Step. And my brother called out Simpsons. But CJ, who we're gonna shoot to have
we
on next week, called out Seinfeld.
okay, we'll go with Seinfeld. We need to folks, if you listen, we need go follow us. Go follow us on TikTok, right? Um, is it now Watch This Pod on TikTok?
Now watch this pod.
On TikTok, follow us on TikTok, and I think a fun thing we can do some of these things on TikTok. We can go live and do like a live bracket or something. But follow us on TikTok. Yeah, follow us everywhere else. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
start. I'm gonna start doing one of those post daily campaigns on TikTok, and just try and make a stupid video. Like even if I'm just doing stupid shit. Ooh, look at me dancing, and we're gonna
yeah.
get TikTok famous. Look,
Then you can be like
so we
CJ.
don't have to work no more.
um.
Hey,
Okay.
are
I'll
you
give you.
sure?
I'll give.
Because
Yes, I'm gonna give it to you.
nah, I don't want people saying I fucking bully you into
No,
picking what I like. Like
no,
if you feel I can go with Friends.
no. We'll see what AI comes up with after all this. We need to get the rest of these.
Okay, okay,
This is
okay,
this next one's a
okay.
good matchup. Good matchup here. Um, these shows are
Very
pretty
similar
similar.
shows.
Yes, very similar. So we have
I kind of did this one on purpose.
yes, very similar. Full House, right? Full House. Do I have this picture? Yeah, Full House. With Danny Tanner, rest in
uh,
peace. Bob Saget.
yes. Full House ran from 87 to 95. So it had a good long run, and it did start earlier in the 80s than originally thought. But it had a great run. It was one of the original TGIF shows,
Yes.
and it got a secondary kind of run there. If you remember, I believe Netflix came out with Fuller House, so it had a second run there.
And you know what else this one has? Do 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 do. The theme song.
Okay, okay, but that almost sounded like you were going into the Family Matters theme song. it
I'm
aren't they
sure they
very
had.
similar here?
I'm sure they had the
Like
same
it's the same singer.
same singer. I mean, they're both ABC, so it's by the same
Yeah.
writer, same singer, all that. Family Matters.
As the days. Okay, is it Days Go By? Which
As
fuck? Which theme song
days
is it?
go, it's a bigger love than the family. That's Family Matters.
Yes, but is that okay? Okay, then which is the Full House theme song?
Da 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 da.
Is it
Do 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 do
whatever
do.
happened to
Yeah,
predictability? No,
yeah.
is that no? That's
The
Family Matters, isn't
milkman, the
it?
paper boy, or even TV.
That's Family Matters.
I don't know. Like you said, they're pretty similar. They're real
Ugh.
similar.
As the
They're both catchy.
days go by. Okay. Um, I did. I liked both of these songs. I mean, both of these shows hit at a time when all I had to do was watch TV. So I remember watching them. I remember this was the Thank God It's Friday shows. So Friday nights, man, I was there. It's Friday
Yeah.
night and the mood is right.
Both shows are top tier, iconic. Um, man, this is gonna be tough. So Family Matters, of course.
Oh, Family
It ain't
Matters was everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, right?
that's Full
Yeah,
House.
I want to. That's that's Full House.
That's Full House.
Okay, that's Full House. But Full House starts off whatever happened to predictability.
Yeah.
And then you went into the Family Matters song from there.
they're similar. I'm sorry. Um,
It's the
Family
same singer. It's the
Matters.
same singer.
Family Matters, another show. Like I said, evolved. Um, because this show did not start out. Well, it started out being about homeboy from um Die Hard.
Carl
Homeboy,
Winslow. Yeah,
he
yeah.
always plays a cop. Seems like in everything he does. Um, it started
Oh
off
fuck.
him and his family, and then they brought in the neighbor, and that changed the show. Right? It seemed like
Okay,
it was
but
no
did,
longer
did did
about.
you did you
Go
find it
ahead.
weird? Like I know these were all ABC shows, right? These were all ABC shows. This show was supposed to be started off in Chicago. It was a
Hmm.
Chicago show, but there was a crossover episode with Family Matters where I believe the Family Matters people came out on I mean the Full House people
Full
came out
House.
on Family Matters. Yeah. Do you remember that?
That's weird.
Or am I Mandela affecting it? Like do you remember that?
I mean, it's possible how they get Chicago and San Francisco or vice versa. I don't know.
I also remember that this show was a spinoff. Do you know what it spinned off from?
Family Matters?
Yes.
Oh, it has to do with the wife. Um, right?
You're
It has
right.
to do
You're
with the
right.
wife. It's not coming to me, but I know the wife was on some other show.
The wife was she was on Perfect Strangers. So
Ah,
again, this starts with
another
her.
ABC show.
Like
Another ABC show.
yes, it's so if you see it like it starts off almost exactly like Perfect Strangers as far as like the theme and everything like that, the way the font is and everything. Um but yeah,
Shout out to
it
Perfect
quickly
Strangers.
became
Honorable
yeah.
mention.
Yeah. Well, that was an 80s show. So we get into 80s sitcoms. We're talking Perfect Strangers. Um, but again, Family Matters, man. Like you said, it started off as the family, and it quickly became the Urkel show. like Urkel became a star of it, and I'm not faulting it for that. Um, but you
No.
know, it had the Urkel dance. You got Urkel cereal. Every episode was
Yeah,
Urkel themed.
the
Did
Urkel
I do that?
doll.
Became
You
a
know what I mean?
fucking doll. Yes. Did I do that? Yeah. Again, you knew how big this became. Um, he was the one that crossed over into Full House, and I believe they made it like he was visiting them or something like that.
Now, as much as I like Full House, do you think they ran too much with the whole Urkel thing? Because it started
Family
getting
Matters.
weird. It started getting weird towards the end of its run. You know, you had Urkel,
Yeah.
or I mean Stefan,
Stefan, Stefan,
Stefan,
Stefan. Yeah.
Stefan. But wasn't it
Yeah,
like
no, again,
he went into like some machine that made him cool or something? I'm like,
yes. They also had the Evil Steve, Stevel. Do you remember that? They made the little doll that looked like the little penny doll. And it was a little Steve Urkel doll that was evil. Actually still watch those Halloween episodes to this day. So it did kind of get sidetracked that way.
and then they
Um,
brought in like
I
his
mean,
cousin where he's dressed up in a dress. Right? Wasn't it his cousin?
yeah. But the bad part about that is that the cast started to resent him, and you started to see that in there. Like Full House kind of had a change in itself too. Like Full House very much became about Michelle and became kind of the Michelle show.
In
But
the
the
later
cast
years.
seemed to be all into it. Like you hear later on that Bob Saget was like, "Fuck this shit!" Like I wanted to kill myself while I was there. Um, but you didn't. I didn't see that in the show. Like I think in Family Matters, you started to see that. Like it quickly just became the Steve Urkel show.
Yeah. Um Again, Bob Saget, rest in peace, but I heard too that show was a struggle for him because it's so out of character for him, right? Because we
Yeah,
mentioned
if
it,
you've
right?
seen Bob Saget stand up,
Wait, that's what I mean. We mentioned
yeah,
it, right? They're giving these sitcoms to stand up comedians, and like this is Danny Tanner, the nerdy, clean freak father, was like so out of character of Bob Saget in real life, and yeah, I heard he
yeah,
struggled
it was
with that
not
show.
Bob Saget the comedian. Yes, sir. And then too, you know, it that show,
'Cause
like I said,
he
it
ran up
quickly
there.
became about Michelle.
He ran up there and he said, "I suck dick for
Um,
coke."
uh, I mean,
You in
you had
here for
Uncle
some marijuana?
Jesse.
Boo
Uh,
this man.
what else did you have? You had Uncle Joey with the cut it out. You know, they
Oh
had all
yeah.
that shit. So, I mean, this was fucking. I mean, this was family TV at its finest. You know, this show here.
Yes.
It had good Halloween episode. It had a good Christmas episode. This was, you know, you could watch this with your kids and not fucking cringe like half of these shows that we have on our list. So, I mean, Full House, good family fun, man. It was great for me. Again, looking up to Danny and to Uncle Jesse, Uncle Joey. I loved it. I think Full House
It,
would take it for me.
I agree. I agree. Just because as much as I like Family Matters, it got weird towards the end and kind of awkward. But
Yeah.
so you just said it, and I was gonna bring this up, right? What did they call Joey? Did they call him Uncle Joey? It's one of those Mandela things.
Dude, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
because
Is this a Mandela?
because he's
You're making me
not
rethink it.
he's not their uncle. Uncle Jesse.
He's not their uncle, but
But
they call him Uncle Joey.
did they call him Uncle Joey? People remember them calling him Uncle Joey, but I don't know if they actually did.
Jamie, bring it up. Um, whenever I say Uncle
Because he
Joey,
was
well, okay, I googled Uncle Joey. Dave Coulier comes up, but I don't know. Are you hearing this? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I have to go back and watch some of the Full House episodes. Because people are saying that they never call him Uncle Joey, but I remember them saying Uncle Joey. I don't know.
I remember the girls saying Uncle Joey. I don't know. We gotta watch. We gotta rewatch.
Yeah, because he's not.
Let's
He's
get
not
it on
in
our
the
list
show.
one day.
He's in the show. He's not related, right? He's just their
Yeah.
friend. And what?
No, dude.
I mean,
I pulled it
and
up right now. There's Reddit rants going off about this. He wasn't their fucking uncle. They didn't call him Uncle Joey. So people
see,
believe this shit.
see, people are
Like,
saying
hey, what
I
the
don't
fuck?
know. But what kind of a
Oh fuck.
good friend is Danny? Like to have his buddy
Yeah.
stay with him. You know what I
But
mean?
that was the thing, right? They were
And he never moves out
everyone
on
was
his
like,
own.
yeah, everyone was like, "Oh man, his friends were so good to go and stay with him, right? You know, he was a widower. They never talk about like how the wife died, right? Like I don't think they ever talk about that. But he was a widower and his friends moved on. How great were his friends? But yeah, dude, how great was he to fucking put up his friends?
Exactly. Exactly. Um yeah. But I agree. I'm going with Full House on this one.
I got you. I got you.
We need
Full
we need to
house.
do whole like we need to do like a whole Mandela show.
Oh, dude. Based on fucking on movies.
Movies and TV shows. Okay. Again, again, great theme song. Great theme song.
Another one. Ah.
This is like the formula theme song. Stand up comedian Martin.
Whew. This stand-up comedian is probably, if I'm looking at our whole list, probably the best stand-up comedian of all the stand-up comedians on this list. Now, people are gonna say Seinfeld, of course, because Seinfeld is a great big stand-up and he had a long list. I will watch Martin's hour before I watch Seinfeld's hour as far as stand-up is concerned.
Wow, that's surprising coming from you.
Yeah.
As much of a
Yeah, no, dude.
Seinfeld guy
I, I'm
you
and
are.
I'm a big Seinfeld fan. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. But yeah, dude, Martin's show is great. Like Martin Seinfeld, I'll watch by myself. My wife's not too into Seinfeld, although she does like it a little bit. Martin, we both watch together and laugh our ass off. So Martin was the show for me, man. Like it had a very short run because they had some issues, and that kind of I think takes away from that back end of it. But Martin was a great show, man, for a good long while. I mean, a good little while.
Was it like him and Tisha Campbell like had something going on?
Yeah, I forget what all the allegations were, but it was basically like she said like he was like physically harassing her, like sexually kind of, and those were the original allegations. I don't know. I think they all signed like non-disclosures, so it
Mm.
never even came out. And like they've since reunited and kind of mended ways. But Martin had an issue back in the day, dude. Like I think like in this around this time or towards the late '90s, like people said they found him like at an intersection, like freaking out, like running down the street. Like I think he was naked or something, and he had a gun, saying that people were after him. He's like, they're trying to kill me, they're trying to kill me. And then he went into a coma. They said like he was in a coma, like I don't know, dude.
What?
Like the dude, like people again, people came down on him saying like he was going crazy and shit. And
You so
then you
crazy.
get the conspiracy theorists. Yeah, they you get the conspiracy theorists that were like, yeah, where people were fucking after him, and it was the Illuminati fucking him up and shit like that.
You never know. You so crazy. Um, Martin
I
though,
mean,
man.
but
All the
but think about the show, dude. Like the show was great.
yeah, and it made me feel. I know it's not, but it made me feel like we're in the same universe as House Party, just because Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. And if you loved House Party, I mean, that's where he kind of got his start as Bilal. But did you watch Def Comedy Jam? I mean, Def
Back in
Comedy
the day.
Jam was a big part of what made Martin like the guy that he was. Like he was fucking huge because of that Def Comedy Jam
Yeah,
on HBO.
yeah. Just and this is a great show. I mean, it's funny. All the characters, Shanae, um, it's so crazy.
Yeah. You think about his character there. He did that character. He did the security guard Roscoe. He did the little kid, and all those characters were fucking funny, man. You think about Cole. You think about Tommy. Of
Rest
course,
in peace.
Gina. But Pam. Oh yeah. Tracy Morgan got his start on there. He had numerous rappers come out on there. I think Biggie came out. Snoop Dogg came out. Method Man came out on there. Um, he had a brother man that came down for a sandwich. Fucking great episodes, bro. Like I again, there was some bad shit towards the end that they had to do because of the Martin and Gina thing, but for the most part, man, like it had great episodes. Martin, I can watch to this day and kind of fall asleep to, man. It's one of those comfort episodes, comfort shows for me.
And going up against Martin, I don't know. The theme song doesn't come to me. Everybody loves Raymond.
Uh, yeah. There wasn't. It was like there
It
was
just
a
kind of
theme
it was just
in the
music.
beginning, but
It was just
it was no, it was Ray talking. It's like, "Hi, I'm Ray. Um, this is my wife. This is my parents. I live across the street from my parents." Which everyone likes because, and then his brother would come out and say, "Because everybody loves Raymond." Um, I gotta admit, I didn't catch this on its first run. I was more
yeah,
of a rerun episodes of fucking
same,
Everybody Loves Raymond.
same. And even at
Yeah.
that, I don't know if I
Um.
was that into it. I think my wife used to watch this show more than I did. Um,
I
but
dude, I like fucking. Again, I like the show. Don't get me wrong. I like the show. I think King of Queens kind of stemmed from it. Ray was another comedian that got his show, but
yeah,
again,
stand up.
I it wasn't a first time run for me. I didn't like it until I think I became an adult, which Raymond ran from '96 to I think 2005. It had a good 9 run episode, but like in '96, dude, I'm 16, 17, 18. I'm not watching Everybody Loves Raymond, bro.
Nah, I mean, does it seem like an older show to me? Like no, more of an adult show. I don't know.
Yeah, we can say it. It's a grown up show, right? Like we're not watching it as teenagers, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't hip like Martin.
I I know '96. You're already 30, but we
Yeah,
weren't watching that
yeah,
at that time. It wasn't cool.
yeah. 30
But
and bald
Martin,
already.
I mean, not to say nothing, like CBS compared to Fox, like CBS seemed like your older person's channel, your grandma's channel, your adult channel. It wasn't really hip until Big Bang Theory came out. Martin was one of those early Fox shows that it was wild. It was crazy. It was we talked about Living Single earlier, but Martin even more carried that early Fox along with shows like The Simpsons or Married with Children.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. I mean, I can't even think of that many CBS sitcoms. It was mainly ABC in this decade, right? ABC, some
Yeah,
NBC,
yeah.
some NBC.
some NBC and Fox. Like Fox was the cool, seemed like the cool younger. They're gonna try more shit. Like Fox, that was their problem is they had a lot of shit sitcoms. Y'all got to think about it,
Hey,
folks.
Married with
While we did
Children.
pick our favorite 16, there was a lot of shit sitcoms that lasted like one season and fucking went away. That you have to comb through to get to the best.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go with Martin.
Martin, Martin, Martin.
Are we gonna get through
I'm
this
with you.
bracket?
Let's go, Martin.
Are we gonna get through this bracket?
Bro, I think we're gonna have to do a part two, like to do our top, our
we're
pick or something, or we're gonna have to
we're
go quick here.
we're pushing 2 hours. You want to do a part two?
Yeah,
All right, we'll finish this
we might
last.
have to because
We'll finish this
this
last
last one.
this last one, and then we'll do the semifinals and finals in the next episode. So this is
Okay,
our animated bracket, our animated pairing here. This is
I feel
this
like
is
such an
another one.
asshole for making this pairing. Like I like, how do
No,
you
this is good though.
choose, bro? Like, yeah,
It's
this is tough.
okay. We talked about it. Fox, right? The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Do this it
yes.
started early 90s? I want to say early 90s, maybe
Uh,
89. Because I remember
Simpsons
this.
is 89 to now.
I'm gonna say because I remember this is another show that evolved, and another great theme song. Right?
Yes,
I say evolved because
yes,
in the beginning, it was all about Bart Simpson. I mean, Simpsons
bro.
blew up. Remember, Don't Have a Cow Man. I remember all.
Yeah.
I had all the bootlegs T-shirts. You know what I mean? From the flea market.
Yes, all the fucking yes
Don't
from
Have
the
a
flea market.
Cow.
Bart with his fucking yes hat turned backwards. Uh,
Yup. Same era when they had like all the Looney Tune bootleg shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Um, but did you know where this show originated
uh,
from? It was actually a short.
yeah. The Tracy Ullman show, The
Tracy Ullman
Simpsons was
show.
an original short of that show.
Yeah.
It actually, dude, December 17th, 1989. It debuted with probably one of my favorite fucking episodes of all time is the Simpsons Christmas episode of that year
Of course.
that to this day makes me fucking cry.
To this day.
Great episode, man. Like to this day. And but you think about the 90's episode, like you're right. It started off the Bart show, right? It started off,
Mm-hmm.
Bart. It quickly transitioned to Everybody Loves Homer. And dude,
Yes.
like classic fucking episodes of the 90's. Like this was just a great fucking family sitcom, and it wasn't your traditional family sitcom because it didn't do like stuff that traditional families did. It got a lot of fucking hatred because of that. And you think about how tame some of this shit is compared to this show that we're going to compare it to. Like again, it was great, man. It was great for us.
But look, you're going over 30 years, right?
Yes.
Oh, right at 30 years. I mean, you think of
36 seasons. 36
how
seasons.
you think of all that
Yeah.
time. I don't know how many episodes that equals. All the celebrities that have been on that show, all the different characters. Um, it's just it's just mind boggling that show has been on and still relevant. It's still a big part of pop culture. It's freaking it's predicted the future. You know, it's foreseen some things happen.
Yes. Think
It's
about, dude,
bizarre.
to this
It's
day,
a pop culture
like
phenomenon.
it's not only that, but in this next show that I put it up against is one of its big episodes is The Simpsons did it. So they have an episode dedicated towards like we're gonna do this. Well, The Simpsons already did it. We're gonna do this. Well, The Simpsons already did it. So think about that, man. Like everyone, you're not seen until you've become an episode of The Simpsons, right? Like
Yeah.
that's how a lot of people see that they've made it is yeah, we got Simpsonized.
Hell yeah. I mean, like I said, celebrities, musicians, athletes, politicians, you name it, man.
Wrestlers,
Everybody,
everybody.
everybody.
Yes.
It's so bizarre.
Fucking the president, Barack Obama, Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it's become its own conspiracy theory, man. Like it's everywhere. Like The Simpsons is everywhere. Most importantly for me, like my daughter fucking loves watching the Treehouse of Horror episodes with me every year.
Are you still good with after 36 years these kids are still like in elementary school?
I I guess there's parts of me that fucking think they could change, like especially like the change now. Like I want to say
They've
Marge
done a few episodes, right, where they're like older.
is different. Like I think so, but like everyone's voice has changed by now. Like these characters are getting older. You can kind of hear it in their voice now. That it's a little bit different. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't actively watched like the active Simpsons, but the Simpsons that we're talking about, like the '90s Simpsons, that was fucking classic prime Simpsons to me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Now,
Um,
this show that we got it going against, bro. Uh like this show that we got it going against. It's another show off in itself, sir.
so
Like
this
it
is
is
late nine.
fucking
This is late 90s, though,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's 97,
Yes.
98.
South Park, I believe, started 97. Yeah, because it started 97, and maybe that gives us an out for it now that we don't have to pick it for the 90s. But this show hit, dude, and it hit like nothing else. It
Man, it blew
exploded
up.
onto the scene
It
everywhere,
blew up.
like quick, dude. It fucking quick. Like Simpsons, it took fucking years to make a movie. South Park had a movie out in like 2 or 3 years, and it was a great movie. Like me and my friends watched this. Me and my wife watched this. Um, South Park watching was appointment watching for me.
And it wasn't like I don't think it was the first quote unquote like adult themed cartoon, but it was,
Hmm.
I don't know how to say it. Um, because when I think of
Like more,
adult
yeah.
themed cartoons at the
It,
time, I would think of more like anime stuff and whatnot. But this was like mainstream, like in your face, and it was so great.
Yeah, and think about we talk about like the Simpsons definitely carried and built Fox to what it is, and South Park did that. I mean, on a lesser scale, but it did that for Comedy Central. Like South Park became the reason people watch Comedy Central. It later became like Chappelle Show, but South Park was the start of that shit.
And I think it came in because it was raunchy, they cussed and whatnot. But right, because it came on after a certain time, right? And I don't know if something changed during TV or if it was always that way, but after a certain hour, it was okay
Yeah,
to use these
you're
this other language. And seeing that coming out
you're
of
right, bro. Like this
cartoons,
is No, that's a great point, bro. Because like a lot of our shows that we talked about today were primetime shows, right? 7,
Right.
8 o'clock. South Park is the one show that we have on here that was 9:30. Like so, it was late at night. And but dude, I remember South. Well, I do remember with The Simpsons, but I remember South Park. You watch the episode and then you're talking with your friends about it the next fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
did you fucking see this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Suck on my chocolates, salty balls. Put 'em in your mouth. Put 'em in your mouth. And suck 'em, man. Suck 'em.
uh man, the cart
Yeah, two great theme songs. Two great theme songs.
yeah. And Cartman, man, what your mom's a big fat bitch. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Yeah. Cosmo's a bitch. She's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
I tell you what, I have the South Park Christmas songs in my Christmas list. Like sometimes you got to change them. Like, but like it's so fucking
And
funny
he's
to
like,
hear.
howdy ho. The
Hey you,
Christmas poo.
yes, yes. Hey you, Mister Hendricks, Merry fucking Christmas. Yeah, it's great. I fucking love it. I love Cartman. Oh, holy night. I fucking love those songs. So I I
And
I,
it
I I like it. Again, I love them both, man. It's fucking hard to choose.
and who would have thought they're in or they it's set in Canada or is it up near or just in the north, right?
No, no. It's they're set in Colorado.
Colorado.
But up in the north. But um, what's great about it is South Park. While Simpsons has stars come out for it, South Park has people that want to come out and be in their episode, and these guys put him in as just like a side character real quick and doesn't even acknowledge them. I think like George Clooney came out in an episode and he was just like, hey, George Clooney, and then that was it. Like they don't kind of cater to that shit, and they go the opposite way. Like some of its funniest episodes are making fun of like Jennifer Lopez and Tom Cruise and Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck fell in love with Cartman's hand. Like it's fucking wild shit. I do remember
Uh,
Corn coming out in it, which was a big fucking deal
oh
for
yeah, yeah.
me back in the day. Uh, but yeah, dude, I loved South Park. Um, it's hard to choose. If we're talking strictly 90s, I'm gonna go with Simpsons.
Yes.
Um, just because it had a longer run in the 90s over South Park. But dude, South Park was right up there. Like it's
It hit hard in the
all time.
90s.
It's in my top 10. Yeah, it got to be,
It hit
and
hard.
it's still going. It's still going. It's
Yeah.
still going. So it's crazy.
Um yeah, you got to go Simpsons even though I mean, they're similar in ways and I don't know. When you think of the cultural impacts like they're both
Yeah, you have to.
merchandise giants. There's video games on both of them. There's you name it,
Yes.
right? But it's yeah,
Have
Simpsons
you
for
seen
sure.
the South Park? Have you seen the South Park video game? Have you
I
seen it?
haven't I haven't
Like
played them. I've
what
seen
what
them.
it does? I haven't played it, right?
There's a few
But
of
I
them.
hear it's like you when you raise your difficulty level, what happens? Have you seen that?
No,
Like in the game?
no.
Basically, you raise your difficulty level and your skin shade turns darker the higher difficulty level you go.
Oh, that's bad.
It's it is, man.
That's bad.
But love South Park, dude. It's not gonna move on because it's going against a giant in The Simpsons, but South Park definitely had its place. I couldn't leave it off. I could easily put it like if we have a 2000s list, it'll probably be on there. Simpsons probably be on there too. But I fucking love South Park, man.
All right, man. That finishes off our top 8 um we're gonna have to
Yeah.
go with the part 2 on this
So-
one, man. We're pushing 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I think
So let me
should find
let
a
me-
guest. We should find a guest though to help us out. Because it's gonna
Okay.
be it's
I
gonna
definitely
be
think
tough.
so. Let me read off the list, and these aren't going against each other yet. I'll put together a bracket, but we got Fresh Prince, Luck,
All right.
got Seinfeld, we got Drew Carey, we got Full House, we have Home Improvement, we have Martin, we have Coach, and we have The Simpsons.
And that's a solid top list for the 90s.
Yes, sir. It's a good show, man. It's a good episode. Funny reminiscing these. I'll have more on these for our next episode, so be able to dig down deep into them. But I'll make this bracket, and we'll get some pictures out, and we can get some. Hopefully, we get some votes. Y'all go to our Facebook page, Now Watch This Watchers, and leave us some votes on there.
Yes, sir. Again, we're gonna find somebody to help us out with any tiebreakers. So look forward to that. Look forward to part 2 of the top
Yes.
90s sitcoms. And remember to
And then
Go ahead.
we also no, we're also gonna lean into, we're gonna get for any of you fans out there, we're gonna get Saving Silverman coming up. Coming right
That's
next year.
Over. Right.
Neil,
Remember-
I love you. Neil.
And always remember to keep watching.
And keep listening.
All right. Till next time.
This is Dr. Dre. Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack!
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do 2 things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.